No.
G-
Is it?
What's going on, gentlemen? I told you in our text we are going to get a little bit excited today. I'm bringing energy. Okay, I'm telling you right now, we have a. I'm so excited to do this. So we met, and I don't know. We've met, and I met your wife. Starbucks, the very first Hot Shots event. I met Mr. Castro that day.
In Prescott, Arizona?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's when I met Greg. I met you. I met Greg's Captain CrossFit, all the family out there. That's how far back you and I go of meeting. We met at Starbucks around the corner when we were at the Hot Shots first 19. All the OGs were there. Spieler, Froning, Valenzuela. So
crazy.
Many, yes. That's where we originally met. That's how I found out kind of who you were. And, when I meet people, I kind of watch from afar, but Dave asked for people to come out and help judge and just kind of be in the middle. And
where did you live when you came out to that?
Where same place.
Which is
Southern California. Eastvale, California. Eastvale.
Where?
Yep. Eastvale, California.
Eastville or Eastvale?
Eastvale. Used to be right around the corners, Miraloma or Corona. No pun intended.
Okay.
Corona, California.
So inland San Diego.
Yes, sir. About 60 miles north of there, on the way to Vegas.
Okay. All right, I see it. Are you pulling it up, Maddie?
What? Where he's from?
Sorry. I got it. Eastvale, California.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't do a very good job.
Yeah.
I was refreshing my email, see what there is.
Los Angeles. Okay, so inland from Los Angeles.
Yeah, we're out in the Inland Empire. Riverside County is the county we live in.
Are you born and raised there?
I was born and raised in North Long Beach. We call that South Compton. My parents have lived there for 47 years, same house. My dad's been a pastor for 45 years. I'm 45 years in the heart of LA, Southgate, Linwood area. So yeah,
is pastor a full-time job? Is that like a job? No. My dad has been a pastor of a small church his entire career. He works a full-time job. My dad's my hero. You want to talk about work ethic and where I get what I do? My dad wakes up and rides his bike 25 miles every day on the LA riverbed every day. That's where I get my drive, my motivation. I was raised by a good father and a good mom. So I give God, the LA Greg did a soda tour through Compton and Carson.
City. Yes, sir.
And we rode bikes from CrossFit gym to CrossFit gym in a big, huge posse. And we when he would go speak at these different CrossFit gyms and talk to him about the how soda was getting involved in medicine basically and in the sciences. And we rode on that LA, what did you call it? The LA riverbed? What a crazy network of bike paths. Insane.
Yeah, you could go all the way from like the 10 free Pasadena, where the West Regionals were, all the way down to the beach, down to Long Beach, all the way down.
Yeah, crazy. Did you grow up riding on those?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We it is a floodway, so when it rains a lot, it would rise up, but it's not a fun place to go down there. And now there's a lot of homeless that live in there, and they do the best job they can. But like I tell my pops, just ride fast and go hard. He used to go towards Long Beach, but now he goes the opposite way towards City of Industry.
And there's even a section there where you pass through, and it's Mexican cowboys. Like you can't even believe it. You're in LA, and then all of a sudden it's just a bunch of Mexican people with horses in their front yard, and you're like, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah, what in that area? God, that riverbed. There's got to be some great documentaries on it because it's what a great place to explore as a kid. But you're right, it's probably crazy down there in some little nooks and crannies, and there's probably a lot of needles down there now.
Yeah. Oh yes. My dad, like I said, he used to drive towards Long Beach.
Yeah, it's like
there
that.
Was just too many
exactly like
that. Are awake that early in the morning. Yeah, and it was just uneasy. So he goes the other way. In City of Industry, you got a lot more like you were down in that area. A lot of industrial buildings and stuff like that. So he rides that way and comes back. So. He's 67 years old. He's a hard charger, man. I love him, and he gives me my fight and the will to live. So I'm excited.
Hey, I want to play this just the beginning of this one clip here. I didn't send this to you, Matt.
I lost you.
You lost me? How about now?
Me?
Can you hear me, Matt?
I got you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it must have been you.
Yeah.
I love it when it's your fault, not my fault. I want to play you guys while Mr. Olson, Matt Olson gets his shit together here. I can hear you.
Yeah.
I'm going to play this the first 30 seconds of this video right here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
24-hour challenge is a mental, physical, spiritual, emotional challenge we do every year to raise money for the Rees Foundation, the Never Ever Give Up Team, Never Ever Give Up Team Nigu for kids.
There it is. Never Ever Give Up Team Nigu. And it's a 24-hour challenge for the Rees Foundation. I want to tell you guys a little story, though, here. It's funny that Matt says he remembers me. When I started this podcast, I don't know, 2 years ago, I can't think of anyone who has been donating money longer to the podcast, to actually be honest. Not one single fucking person. Matt was always there. I right away reached out to him. We exchanged phone numbers. I wouldn't say we were, he never bugs me, you know, maybe like once every 2 or 3 months, he'll text me with something funny, or we'll say, hey, what's up? But he's always in the comments. He always comes in real hot. He always drops some coin, and I just really appreciate it. And yesterday we were texting a little bit, and he was telling me about that video that I just showed you guys, the Never Give Up Foundation, and this 24-hour challenge they're going to do for Rees here. Is that this Friday you're doing that?
Yeah, this is Friday. You know, a crazy, like how our worlds always collide, right? So a couple months ago, I told you I was going to be up in Northern California for Jason's and Ashley Khalipa Ava's Kitchen.
Oh, right. Okay.
So ironic world, I meet Jason in 2016 when they were selling his bars, the Oso bars, for kids and doing donations for kids battling cancer when Ava was battling leukemia. And then fast forward 2018, I get sick with cancer, and I come across this organization through my church, and I went there. I thought I just started chemo, and I thought I was going to be able to go and like give toys to kids battling, right? Like I was in the fight, they're in the fight. And I end up going to the organization. I meet the team there, and I just said, I got to find a way for my community who's loved on me, who's just poured into my family. Because I have 2 young sons at the time. They were 7 and 9. I've been married for 17 years.
Congrats.
And it's and we were so loved. And if you've ever known anybody, or if you've been in that situation of being in cancer, whether you have it, a family member has it, you could get in these dark spaces. And I have a really strong community around me, from the kids' little league, the kids' school, where my kids trained at, my church family, all the people that I went to college with. And I was so loved. And I come to this organization, like I have a great, and I'm going to get to the key point here, is my CrossFit community, and why that place I feel is like, it's the only other place I could describe is like a religious organization. And understand what I mean that. When you go to church and you go through a hard time, people rally around you. CrossFit has been a place, the only other place after 44 years, where I say, man, there is not only a network of one gym, but a network of multiple gyms that come together and rally for, like the Hot Shots 19, that rally around people getting sick, that rally around people going through hard time. Alaska, when they had the problem. I mean, everybody sends out the horn, and the CrossFit community comes in and loves on each other. So July 4th, after my 5th treatment, I called the emergency meeting.
What year?
2018.
Okay.
2018. Emergency meeting. I asked my wife to come together, my CrossFit coach and owner. I said, we're going to do a 24-hour challenge. And they go, what do you mean you're going to do a 24-hour challenge? I said, we're going to do a 24-hour challenge in 2 weeks, and we're going to raise money for this organization, Rees Foundation. They go, why? I said, because there's little guys out there that I've seen going through this struggle where I was at City of Hope, and this organization does amazing things. So within 2 weeks, I told my coach, I said, we're doing it. I call all my vendors. I call my customers, and I tell everybody, local gyms, I do a lot of emceeing at local competitions out here in Southern California. So I'm very excited, and I love it. So I called everybody out, hey guys, come out and squat with me. Now, I had treatment every other Thursday. So it was my sixth chemo treatment. So I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to squat on average 6 times every minute for 24 hours straight.
Crazy.
8,640 is that number. Inspired by that year, I met a gentleman through my journey, Cam Haynes, and obviously David Goggins. He did recently, the year before, did a pull-up challenge and won the Guinness World of Records.
Goggins did that?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah. So I was inspired to do this 24-hour challenge. It was like, how can I bring fitness, go into a dark place, but encourage other people that are going through hard times.
And Cam Haynes is the hunter that Rich was with recently, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. A phenomenal man, hardcore. And I find inspiration through people who do awesome things. And they're not the average Joes, right? Like, I'm not a runner, but his spirit of running and lifting, running, shoot gives me inspiration. Goggins running doing pull-ups and doing his crazy mindset of what he does is just super inspirational. So, wow. Yeah, he tried that at a CrossFit gym, failed, and then came back and did it again.
Wow.
And so I found that if you really going through a dark time, you need strong community behind you. And CrossFit and church has been the 1-2 places where you can find that. There's not a lot of places like that out in the world that'll rally around you and just come together. So we do this challenge. And the next week, I walk into the Rees Foundation with a stack of checks and cash and say, thank you. Thank you for doing what you do. And since then, every year, we've done it. 2019 was 10,000 kettlebell swings. 2020 in person, we do it 5,000 lunges, 3,000 burpees in 24 hours.
Wow.
2021, we did, we introduced a team concept with a concept 2 rower. How many marathons can a team of 5 do in 24 hours? And 2000 last year, Jason came down and because he knows Eric, the founder of the Rees Foundation, Jesse's dad. He came down to the event and we met. He got on and he rode that assault bike or the Echo bike for a couple hours with Team Jesse. So
no shit. I saw him in the video. He did that for a couple hours, huh?
Yeah. Oh, he came in and, a lot of the people that do this challenge with me, I have 6 different CrossFit teams doing it this year. Local owners, CrossFit Riverside. He actually, the guy from CrossFit Riverside, he's the West.
Going with minimal.
There he is. There he is.
The beast. He's such a good dude. Such a solid dude, man.
Okay, sorry. Okay, go on. So people come in there.
Yeah, so we have 6 different CrossFit gyms. My kids. So this is where we get excited. This is why I tell you, get pumped up about it. My sons are now 14 and 11, right? And so we have a local little girl that I coached her older brother in baseball many years ago. And her name's Madeline. And so my kids, they always like to come, and they come for a long time. But this year, they're going to do the entire 24 with some of their buddies on a concept 2 and running the same thing I'm doing for 24 hours. So it's different. We do things different around here.
Are these your sons here?
Let's see.
Can you see that?
That's my 2 boys. Yep. That's Kyle and Casey.
Yes, sir. You got a redhead.
I do. I got a ginger. Yeah.
Good on you. Wow. That's awesome.
No, we call it the Neapolitan.
Was he born with redhead?
Yes,
red
sir.
hair?
Yes, sir.
Because my wife has red hair, and I'm wondering if one of the boys' hair is going to turn red eventually.
It might. So we have some, we think Spanish in my side and Irish. So that's where we think it comes from. But me and my older son, Kylan, we're dark, and he's, our 70 SPF baby. He's geared up from.
But look at his legs though too. He still tans, huh? He's got more Canelo in him than Pat Vellner.
And his jiu-jitsu coach, when he was a kid, called him Canelo. That was his nickname when he was in jiu-jitsu. Yeah, Canelo.
Yeah. So, wow, you're stoked. How old are those boys?
Kai just turned 14 this last week, and Kaysen will turn 12 next month. So 11, 14.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah. So they're going to do it this year. And so, like I said, it's just, when I told you I want to talk about it, we have a lot of common grounds. You're raising your sons, right? I think that's what I bond with you most about, is that you're an example to dads that you don't need to be great at anything. Just move with your kids, whether it's
just move with
skateboarding,
your kids. Yeah.
jujitsu, tennis, like just weightlift, play, go out, exercise. Like that's my main mission in life right now as I get older, is to encourage families to just start moving in the parks. The parks are empty now, back to being empty again. Go out to the park, play ball, ride a skateboard, run a scooter. So in 2020, I started this organization with two of my buddies, Matt and John, Move to Motivation, because we would do exercises. That's my boys right there. That's Kyle and Case. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. They get after it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they get after it. Our motto in our family is no excuses. So those are 35-pound kettlebells.
Crazy.
Swinging. Yeah. So they go to a school. My kids actually go to a school called the Winter Circle Athletics. It's a sports academy where they train half day and they're in school half day. So they don't go to a regular school. They go to a like almost like a
what's it called
gym.
again? Winter School.
Winter Circle Athletics.
Oh, I think you've told me about this before.
Yeah. We talked about it. As you know, as you're with your kids all day, you know, pouring into them. Yeah. This is a special place where they go to school and they train, and you know, it's special. So, like I said, I'm really motivated as I move on in life after going through what I did in the Army, growing up where I grew up, just pouring into families and kids that just keep moving. You know, get after it, and just work hard.
Hey, what's their day look like at this place?
So this is
Academy. Okay, there it is.
I think you were talking to us the other day about Gabe Subaru's gym, how he has like a training facility. Yeah. This is probably similar to what they do. So this place started in 2014, a prep academy. It was originally intended for 7th and 8th graders transitioning into high school, where they're, middle school for me is like purgatory. It's a place you go to where you're kind of lost. You're in between elementary school and high school. So there's no real place for you to grow and develop in those areas. So we always said we were going to send them there 7th and 8th. COVID just pushed us up 2 years because we weren't doing home training anymore at home. We had to
that place stayed open during COVID.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wow. Yes, sir. Hey, you want to, I'll send you some stuff. We got, when they were there, no masks, nothing of that. It was, everybody, my rule in life is you do what's right for you. This is America, the land of the free. I fought for my country.
You do what you want to do. You were in the military?
Yes, sir. Army Reserves. Deployed in 03, came back in 04. Really messed up in the head, got medevaced out, got in a bad accident.
Okay, hold on. To finish, I'll come. Let's come back to that.
Okay.
Finish this Winter Circle thing, and then I want to ask you about the Army.
Okay. So I meet these guys in 2014 when my son was playing flag football. The owner, Jordan, head trainer, Alicia West, were doing this. They came out to the football practice and they were just, excited young men talking about coaching kids. And you've seen this probably in jiu-jitsu or your skateboard coach, where you see coaches that really get the attention of the kids. They could hold their attention. It's not playtime. We're exercising, but they do such a great job. Well, I called them the next week. I'm like, hey, I really like what you did. Is it okay if I bring my 5-year-old? And like, yeah, come out. We'd love to. I said, but I got one problem. I got a 3-year-old. And they go, is he coachable? I said, yeah, he's already done his first CrossFit competition. He's good to go. He's locked in, ready to go. And that's truth. That's truth. So we go there the first time and instantly I'm like, this is it. They will be here a long time, growing up, learning how to mechanically move, being around a lot of like-minded families and kids that just want to grow and get better in whatever sport they're playing or train or whatever. So they started there. And then when they started the prep academy, we said, we want to get them in there when they're in junior high, because we just feel like that'll be a time where they could focus on, school specifically and sports.
Matt,
no
sorry. So you knew this guy before he started the academy?
No, didn't know him. No, I did not know.
It's not the same guy. It's not the same. Sorry, I think I got lost in the story somewhere. This coach that was coaching your kids when they were 5 and 3. That's not the guy that started the Winter Circles Academy. Oh, okay. So you knew? Did he have the academy when you first met him?
No, it's just a training facility.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was a ex-NFL player, grew up in the local area, and just came back and wanted to create this training center to pour into kids the same way he was poured into when he was younger by the head trainer, Alicio. He was his trainer when he was a kid.
Wow.
So it's such a special place, you know, for my sons to, that's my boy. I can tell you about this is the finals. So every kid has finals in school. That was Kaysen. They call him Big Red. He deadlifted 210. And this is my older son. That's 235. That's my son, my older one, Kai. So yeah.
Holy cow.
We're breeding different kids out here. You know?
Okay, so they do this in the morning, and then in the afternoon is school?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So from now, here's the great thing. You'll love this. They talk about not only about the training side, but the nutrition side. So they teach.
That's part of their education. That's part of their education.
Macronutrient. My sons know what macronutrients are at 11. They knew them at 11 and 13. They teach them from very young what macronutrients are and how we can develop and get better by not just eating cookies, cakes, and Cocoa Puffs. You know, they gotta learn.
Dude, I always say, like, if you focus in and drill in on something, you'll uncover the history of the world, right? So let's say horses are your fascination. Well, there's biology there, there's physics there, there's history there. It's all there. The first time a shoe went on a horse, the first time a horse was ridden, the first time the size of a horse's heart. Like, you can drill down into a horse and learn everything you need to know. How smart is that to have kids move all day and then make their entire education based on their movement, the arc of their jump, the anatomy of their body, right? I mean, it's like it's so fucking hand in hand. Get them obsessed on their body and their movement, and you can do the math there, the biology. It's all there. Yeah. You can do the writing, you could do the poetry, you could do the mind. I mean, it's crazy. Is that how the place is? That's how I'm starting to imagine how the place is. Yeah, the education is built around the movement.
Yeah, it's a different space, you know, and like I said, and they're becoming more popular. I've actually talked to people. These kind of academies are becoming more popular in California. I don't know about other states, but if you ever look at a school like IMG out of Florida,
yeah,
the Serena Williams story, if you ever watch that IMG Academy is a sports academy for kids that are going to be great, you know, in athletics.
I went there with a bunch of CrossFitters once, early, like 2012, with Ben Bergeron's wife and a couple other people. I think Spieler was there, maybe Graham Holmberg, and Dave took like 15 athletes there, and they basically demolished all the school records.
Yeah. And but think about this. That's like a paradise. You know, I look at kids now, they're around other elite athletes. They're around, you know, all these kids that are just focused on their craft, which is get an education, be a student athlete, right? If you want to be an athlete, and by the way, what I like about this place is one of the kids I coached when he was younger, he had some issues, you know, growing up. And so he wasn't an athlete, but this little kid, Nico, he's my right hand. He goes to this school and his parents were nervous. And I told him, don't be nervous. He's going to get loved on there more. This kid, I'm telling you, is thriving at the school. He's doing what everybody does. It's a blessing. And for my kids to go there, I tell them we're blessed every day for them to get the opportunity to go to a place like this. So
why do you think your kids were coachable?
You know what? I always give praise to my wife. She, from the very young age, from the baby, structure, and, you know, a very, from the morning to wake up, nap time, feeding times, bedtime. Our kids go to bed now at this age at 8:30 in school nights. We don't play video games. They don't stay up late. They're in bed at 8:30, up at 6 a.m. every day. So, and they have a full day. They're tired when they go to bed at 8:30.
Yeah.
So, but
when the tennis academy that my kids go to, one time the coach said, hey, it's not about how good you are necessarily to graduate. And it's in levels, right? It's in levels. You play these different balls. You play like a red ball, an orange ball, a yellow ball, green ball. And then yellow ball is the ball that adults use. They have the most bounce to them and they move the fastest. And he said, and one of the things he says is just maturity. And the levels of maturity could fit under that term that you used, coachable. And it's crazy. There's 12-year-old kids in there that just aren't coachable. They're just complete fucking freakazoids. Like they
turn into adults that are uncoachable.
Yeah. But the kids, it's not because I don't know for the reason for the adults, Souza, but for the kids, it's that it's what you said. They don't have any structure. They don't have any discipline. They don't have any, they haven't been taught to respect, I guess, their authorities. And so it's so sad. So much potential is wasted if a kid is not coachable, and parents will actually drop their kids off at places, especially in the martial arts, thinking that they're going to get that there. And it's like, that's not exactly how it works.
I have a question for you. When you take your kids to jiu-jitsu, and you've talked about it before, if you see your kid doing anything, you're not afraid to grab him, snatch him, and say, hey, get it together. Like, you know, because you know there's a way to act around other people. And if you set that standard for them at a young age, I just really feel like you just kind of know how life goes. You know what's right and wrong. You know how to act. You know how to talk to adults. Like, the one thing I tell my sons is, how we talk to others is how we treat everybody. I tell everybody, yes, sir, no, ma'am. It's just the way I was raised. I tell them, if you do that 90% of the time, you're different than everybody in the world, because it's a sign of respect. And it doesn't matter your age. Give everybody respect. Yes, sir, no, ma'am. That's the right way. And when you create that environment, you could have open dialogue. You could be very transparent and growth and, you know, respect. That's what it's all about. Respect.
I don't know exactly how it happened, but my kids, if there is another kid who's like talking to them in class from a very young age, my kids will literally just get up and move. Like if the teacher's talking and there's some kid there talking to them, they'll just get up and move. They're
not distracted. Like, you know, my kids always worry about getting in trouble. They never want to get in trouble because they know that how you're supposed to act. And
my kids don't want to get in trouble either. Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know if that's later in life. I don't know if that's going to scare them, that I feared them, but really what I taught them was, we respect people. When they're talking to you, eye contact, look at them, grow, talk, learn. You know what I mean? I know you're going to be nervous. They're big human beings, but if you show a level of respect for them, coaches and any coach, be coachable in any level. That goes in your grown-up life, school, how you deal with people, when you get a job, when you lead a team. Sometimes you need to have a mentor and be coachable by someone else. Never think you're at top. Never think you're at the peak of anything, because you could always be learning. You could always be growing.
That's what I say to my wife. Don't just because you're on top sometimes, don't think you're top. Think you're top.
Hey, also no, sir, and yes, sir, and all that too also makes the adults gravitate towards the kids. We do a youth strength and conditioning program at the gym, and the kids that are like, yes, coach, no, coach, when I'm explaining something, they are there and they're attentive, or they're asking questions, like thoughtful questions about what's going on. They end up getting a ton of more of my attention. And it's not even consciously I do that. I just like gravitate towards those kids, right? And then the ones
you're just a person. You're going to gravitate towards what the cooler, the nicer, more polite people,
more respectful, more engaged kids that are hungry to learn, that are there with the purpose.
I told her yesterday, there's a lady in Detroit. Her name's Helen. And I told her yesterday, we were talking because her kids are going to do the challenge tomorrow. She is at Core City CrossFit. And on Mondays and Wednesdays, you got to get her on, Sevan. You'd love her. She does a program where the inner city kids, she'll bring them in. She works them out from Mondays and Wednesdays for 2 hours. And she told me yesterday, we were talking, some of these kids can't get there. So she drives and picks them up. It's just an amazing thing that if we get kids moving at a young age, you know, there's the whole, if you get them exercising, they're going to get stunt their growth. I don't believe in that. We told them to eat sugar all their life. And, you know, I get people ask me, should I give my kid protein powder? I said, you give your kids sugar, you're okay giving them protein powder. It's, again, everybody has the thing, but this lady is just, I'm telling you.
I follow this lady.
Yes,
is it Helen Taylor?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She is just a rock star. She's but this is what I'm talking about, Susan. If you have kids in your gym, it's not even about, like I tell people, like, I'm a geek on CrossFit. Okay. I watch all your CrossFit shows and I pop in those because I'm a geek. That's my sport, right? I watch that. But at the end of the day, if we teach kids how to move and build confidence with their body, moving and get stronger, and they see their muscles and they feel like empowered, you're not going to bully. You're going to learn how to protect the ones that need protecting. You know?
Yeah. My kids, they don't do any of that bullying shit. They don't do any of the dick measuring contest shit, and yet no one fucks with them. They can hold their own. No one's.
And they encourage. So when we do the workouts in the park, so we during this time when we don't have practice, we'll do a workout in the park, and kids and families can come. And what I love most about my sons will go out there and they'll help lead. They'll work with the little ones and they'll guide in the direction. They're little baby CrossFit coaches.
Hey, that is the byproduct of my kids get a ton of instruction, probably 2 to 3 teachers every single day, unique teachers, and they all want to teach now. I mean, they haven't verbalized it, but if a new kid comes to jiu-jitsu class, they'll be the first ones to be like, hey, I got this kid.
Yep. It's coachable moments like that I think just develop awesome young men.
This is the event is going to be tomorrow. Is it CrossFit? Oh, I lost you, Matt. Sorry. Your audio dropped out. Your mic dropped. Matt can't hear me? No? Can you hear me, Matt?
I don't think he can.
Okay, something happened to his mic. Hold on. Let me pull this image down. Matt, hello?
Uh-oh.
There we go. You're back. You're back.
There we go. We're back.
Okay. So tell me once again, how is this happening at gyms all across the country, or how many gyms is this happening at tomorrow?
So on Friday, what I tell people is that my goal with this whole 24-hour challenge when we first started was I want people moving around the world the most, just raising awareness for childhood cancer and just exercising, right? Just moving. So, I tell people, anybody I run into, it's always put out on social media. Like, if you can't be on site, go run 4 to 6 miles and send me a video. So if you're and you don't have skiers, so like tomorrow, the Core City kids are going to do it in their workout. They're going to do a 1,200 meter ski and they're going to run a 400 meters. As a partner, do it by yourself. But my intention is that, we have kids right now in our community. There are kids that did, families that did it last year that are battling cancer. And these little warriors that do it, Sevan, you're a dad, right? It's one of the hardest things that I've only went through it, but I've never had to experience one of my kids. You love your kids so much, man. And if you had to see, one of your little guys go through hell on earth and just get poked and prodded in a disease you can't take out of them, it eats you up. And this organization, Jessie Rees, now let me go back to her for a little bit. She's passed away. She passed away in 2012. And she got diagnosed with a rare brain cancer, no cure. And this little girl was at CHOC, which is Children's Hospital of Orange County. And one day she came home and she told her dad on the way home from getting this radiation treatment, and mom, she's like, what happens to the kids on the floors that don't get to go home? And her dad said that they get treatment and they don't get to come home. Sometimes they're staying there for months and at a time. Well, she goes home that night. She's in the middle of going through this treatment herself, goes home that night and takes all these stuffed animals, writes it in little paper sack lunches and says, I want to take these to the kids tomorrow when I go back for treatment. And she went back and she hands them to the kids. And what ends up happening is she makes the doctor say, this is a great idea, but we need them in plastic jars. We can't hand out paper sacks. So they come up with this little jar, 32-ounce jar. And her name was Jessica Joy Rees. Joy, so the name Joy Jar is what they go out. And so she stuffed these jars. Before she passed away, she gave out over 4,000, I think it was between 3,500 to 4,000 jars before she passed away in less than a year, to kids, to local hospitals. So they started this foundation, not for a cure for cancer, it's for care. And her dad, Eric, her mom, Stacy, and her brother, JT, and sister Shea, they're just, they kept her sister's legacy live on. And when I go into this place, it's in Irvine, it's almost like you're going into a place that is going to send.
Oh, we lost him again. There we go.
You're going to send absolute a joy to a kid. And even if it's for a minute, a while, those joy jars touch those kids. And Sevan, I've heard parents talk about after they've been done, who've lost their kids, who their kids have been given bone marrow by their older siblings. But this little jar was a light of hope in their family's darkest hour. And so that's what we do it for, man. It's nothing special. We just get together. We exercise for 24. It's hard. It's challenging. Friendships it's a teamwork building thing. And so it's just a special time. So I'm really excited and fired up for Friday because it's a 6th year.
And where do people donate money to it?
Go to Move and Motivate, or there. I'll send you a link. I'll send you the little thing. There's a little QR code. It's a fundraise give. It goes right to them, and it's fun. It's a.
But so, is there something Susan can pull up now so people who are watching can see it now?
Let me see how I do this.
I'm gonna show. Oh, is that it?
Yeah, you can go right there. You can donate to that. Just put 24-hour challenge on there. You can donate to go to that thing right there. If you do that, that's their thing. But I'm gonna pull up. Let me see if I could do the link real quick. I'll send it to you right now. So
hey, how long did she survive with cancer for?
A year.
A year?
Yeah.
Brain cancer, you said?
Brain cancer, yeah. She's my hero, man. This is their team. So that guy up on the top right, that's Grant. He's my right hand. He helps me from their side on their team. And he's a great, they're a great organization. If you're ever down here, I'd love to introduce you to them. Just a special place.
So the Never Ever Give Up is part of, and Jesse Rees is one of their fundraisers.
No, so Jesse Rees Foundation is the foundation, and they're like, their team name is Team Nigu, right? So their brand. So if you watch quarterbacks on TV, you'll see them wear these bracelets. They're part of they're like they're all stars, just superstars. And there's now a new his name's Joy. He's a race car driver in NASCAR who's sponsoring his car to spread the word of never ever give up to these kids. And so great organization.
I want to show this just this little snippet here. This is from the 2022 24-hour challenge last year. And I just want to play this little piece here. Here we go.
You know, cancer took a little piece of my soul, and it took some of my life. There's always those fears that are in the back of your mind, but you know, God gives me the strength, and I take that strength and the encouragement of those around me, and we do the best we can to remind ourselves that this is the why. Why?
What happened? When were you diagnosed with cancer? What happened?
2018, April, our Easter week of 2018. I woke up with a big lump on my neck, and
like you went to bed and it wasn't there, and you woke up and it was there.
My wife was on a business trip down south, and I was with the kids. I had a baseball game to coach that night. Wake up, go to work, had our Easter luncheon, and it was getting harder to swallow. So went that night, and it all started there. Had surgery 2 days later. They took out the lymph node. A week later, we told ourselves, we didn't know what it was. We thought it was an infection. A week later, the kids were at jiu-jitsu, and we were supposed to get a call that day of what it was. Doc calls me on the way to jiu-jitsu. Sherry, my wife, was there, and I show up, and I look at her, and I just shook my head because the doctor told me over the phone. He wanted me to come in. I said, just tell me what it is. He's like, you got cancer. I said, stop lying. I said, stop. What are you talking about? So I walk into jiu-jitsu. Kids are training, and I look, and I just shake my head, and she just, my wife is opposite of me. She is the most awesome, mellow. We're yin and yang, right? And it was our jiu-jitsu coach thought we were getting divorced, and so she went. We had our loving friends come over that night, love on her, love on us. And I chose that night with my family that we were going to make our journey public. I know a lot of people don't like to do that, but I made it my journey public to kind of tell people what it was like, and I didn't want to shy away from it. And I was raising 2 young boys, and they grew up real fast, and I don't play. I don't want to shy away from things. I like to teach my sons, hit it. I didn't stop working. I've been with the same company for 27 years, selling tweezers to medical device companies around the world. And
what kind of tweezers do you sell?
Swiss tweezers.
My wife loves tweezers.
I'll get you a pair.
She's a tweezer nut. She got a little mirror. Mirror. I'd probably get in trouble for this. And a set of tweezers by the bed.
Yeah.
Should be just their favorite pastime. Women and tweezers. God, they fucking love tweezers.
Yeah. They have a small piece of saving people's lives. I tell people what I do every day. So that's my real job.
They're not just for plucking hair on your face.
No. They take these tweezers, manufacturing plants around the world, and create devices that make stents for people's brains, make microcatheters for people to have, heart ablation and pacemakers. And so
you were in that field. You were in that field before your cancer?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What kind of cancer is on the neck?
Hodgkin's lymphoma is what I had. Lymphoma.
And what is that? That's a blood?
It's in your lymph nodes. So I had what was called stage 2. So the doctor told me it's bad, you got cancer, but you got one that's very curable. So went through chemo then from April through August. And next month is big. It's big, Sevan. You're going to get you and Matt are going to get a big text, because if I get that all clear on August 7th, that means I'm cured from this disease. And
wow.
So this is a big year. This is a really big year for our family. So
sorry, 1 second. Sevi, just because your wife loves tweezers doesn't mean all women love tweezers. No, sorry, Heidi. You say a lot of really smart things. That was you're just off the mark there. It's okay. All women. Show me a woman that doesn't love tweezers. Everyone loves it. Doesn't love tweezers. And so 6 years in the clear. That's like you're cured. Five.
Once you go into what they call remission, it's what you call when you get done with your treatment. You're basically in remission for 5 years for this disease. And if you get through 5, they kind of say you're cured of this. And could it come back eventually? Maybe, but there's the chances are smaller and smaller and smaller. So,
hey, is it something that's like, I leaned in my the window to kiss my mom goodbye yesterday. She was at my house. And she goes, "Oh, hey, you got a brown spot on your face. You guys probably can't even see it. You should have that checked out for cancer."
No.
And now I've been thinking about it like every 10 minutes since she said that to me.
Yeah. So
I haven't told her yet. I'm gonna call her today and slap her around a little bit. But what is it always on your mind? Like, I can't believe that she just said it just casually. "Oh, you should have that. It might be cancer." I'm like, what the fuck? I'm freaking out now.
Yeah. No, I would say always, if you feel off or something that, you're an active person. If you feel really lethargic or something's going wrong, go get checked out. That's what I tell men. And for us guys,
you don't just take more pre-workout if you feel off.
Double down.
Hey,
but what I'm saying is it does it haunt you? Like, do you?
Oh yeah.
Like, is there sometimes like you're in the shower and you just feel fear kind of like overcome you, like a spirit of fear, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck?
Sometimes you wake up and you think you got to go get chemo that day. And I tell people, chemo, I didn't get radiation, I had chemotherapy. And I had
Is that a
treatments.
pill? Is that a pill?
No, IV. IV.
Oh, okay.
IV. I got some have pills for chemotherapy, but I had 4 different chemotherapies. That was when you want to see something crazy. When I was getting my chemo, I was doing air squats, scared the living daylights out of my nerves at City of Hope.
Oh yeah, I saw the video of that. I saw the video you doing it with the employees there. That was crazy.
Yeah. So but the chemo after when you start, it's like I tell people it's like a shadow. The first couple, it kind of builds up, and when you get towards the end is when it really just kind of, because it kills everything good inside of you, as well as everything bad inside of you. So
kind of like antibiotics.
Yep.
Here's the I think this is the video you're talking about, right?
Yeah. So I would have family members come and hang out with me till I passed out from the sleeping medicine, but then I would do squats with them when they come visit me when I was getting my chemo. So the first time the nurses freaked out.
Would you ever see someone in there getting chemo and then they got like a 60 ounce of, and that's your chemo? So that thing next to you you're holding on to is pumping poison into you?
If you look at my left arm, that's where the IV's at. And so that's my mom right there. That's my mom in the purple. She came and she did squats with me too while I was getting treatment. So
you ever go in there and you're getting chemo and there's someone sitting next to you with the 60 ounce of Coca-Cola?
Nah, you don't. Nah, it's that place right there. City of Hope is where I got my treatment at. It's a special place. It can be a dark place, but I try to make, like I tell people, in your darkest hours when you're going to grow the most. And I feel like, after when I got done as a kid growing up where I grew up, when I joined the Army and went through what I went through in deployment, coming back, and after the cancer, like I just put good people around me in my darkest hour, and we will do great things in those darkest hours is what I tell people.
Look how ruthless this is. Someone's calling Hiller to assess those squats.
I'll call myself out. On my 8,640, I guarantee you Hiller would no rep the living daylights out of half of them. Trust me. Hiller would have been the guy doing, are you squatting low enough in this challenge? But again, the thing is, I wasn't going for a Guinness World Record. I was up for 24 hours straight exercising. So,
Hiller's walking through the chemo unit, no repping people.
No reps. Jeez. No one gets a pass.
Yeah, nobody gets a pass.
Vindicate brings up a good point. Paper Street coffee kills diseases.
There you go. Coffee cures everything. Coffee cures everything.
That is true.
So,
why did you join? You joined the National Guard. Why'd you do that?
Army Reserves. I did that because
wait, what's the difference between Army Reserves and National Guard?
National Guard is run by the state. Reserve is run with the U.S. Army. So they're both
the same
Army.
Kind of thing. Same like limited. Okay.
Yeah. So 1 week a month, 2 weeks a year. Honestly, when I went to Long Beach State after my first year, they took away my grant for some reason, and I had no way to pay for college. My mom had two, and dad had two younger brother and sister, right behind me. So I had to figure out a way. So I joined the Army to do it. So that's really why I did it. And greatest decision of my life. Learned a lot. Respect. I really feel like if everybody served this country just for a little bit, you have a lot of love for it.
Me too.
So
me too. I think that would be huge. And then what happens? But you don't have to serve the country in the military. You can just go out and do your part and get the injection. Just do your part, everyone. Just do your part. Just go take the 70 shots required by Pfizer to make it to the third grade. The 72 shots you need for Pfizer to make it to the third grade.
So let me tell you something. I was in the Army, so we got vaccinations. I got a vax card since we were there. I mean, so I'm a pincushion for the pharma company. I mean, we got it.
Right.
You think you got one vaccination? I got the anthrax vaccine. That was like a jab, and we all got sick from that. So I'm now a pincushion. I'm a lab rat. So.
So you join and you actually get deployed?
Yeah, we deployed in 03. So I was with the 163rd Ordnance out of Irvine, California. And our job was, I tell people all the time, like, what'd you do? Were you fighting? No, I'm supplying logistics. My job was ammunition logistics. So getting it from theater back into the ocean. That was our job. Very simple to put.
And where did you deploy to?
Kuwait.
And it was chill, nothing.
Yeah, nothing crazy. The reason I got medevac was I was driving back from the base to where we worked, and we were in these vans, and the driver lost control, and we rolled in the middle of the desert a couple times and sent me to the hospital. Went to Germany, went to Kuwaiti hospital, then to Germany, then to Fort Lewis, got fixed up, sent me back to my unit, and then I was done. So anyone die
in the accident?
No, just me. It was just me and him. Just me and him. I was a passenger. He was a driver.
Why did he lose control? Do you know? Are you allowed to say the real reason?
I don't know. We were driving back. It was soft sand. I don't know. He was going too fast.
What ethnicity was he?
He's black. He's a black guy.
Black dudes can drive.
Now you drive. Listen. It was an accident.
Doesn't make any sense.
It was an accident, and
not fitting my paradigm. It's not fitting my paradigm.
No, I mean it was
a black girl. It was a black girl.
No, he felt bad, but I mean, like, accidents happen. I was on the pain medicines and the Xanax for a long time, and the thing again that saves my life. This is 2004. Is exercise. The reason I started.
Why Xanax? Isn't Xanax for depression?
Anxiety. So when
there we go. You had anxiety. Yeah. If I have anxiety about cancer, and I've never been diagnosed with it. Are you on any meds now?
This is the meds. Kettlebell swings. I'm telling you right now, exercise saved my life. It literally. So I come back from that deployment and I messed up, right? And so I could keep taking Percocets and Xanax, whatever I want, because it was just for pain. I followed a guy around in the gym. His name was Dave Mitchell, and I tell him this is another reason why I started this Move to Motivation. He took me under. This is before CrossFit. This is 2004.
What gym? Just like some gold or
LA
gym on base?
LA Fitness. LA Fitness.
Okay, LA Fitness. Okay.
I was going through a rough time. The physical therapist said, "Look, I could keep prescribing your pills, or you could go get stronger and do the exercising, and build up the muscles in your neck." So I said, "Okay, but it's easier just to take a pill and your pain goes away."
That's cool that a doctor said that to you.
Yeah, he was a doctor in literally Fort Lewis, physical therapist. Said, look, you could keep getting prescribed pills, or you could get in the gym and get back to work. And that's what I love about the military. They pay me. I'm a sponsored athlete, by the way. Anybody in the U.S. Army, you're a sponsored athlete. You are a sponsored athlete. Yeah, wow. You're paid to exercise every day. You're paid to exercise. Wow. So, but this guy, Dave Mitchell, he took me under his wing, and for like 6 months, no cost, no charge, he just got me stronger and loved on me when I was. And so again, there goes exercise. So
tell me about how you met him. You met him tell me that story.
In the gym. We played pickup basketball. Pickup basketball is how I met him.
And this guy, he's like, hey, do you want, and he was just another member at LA Fitness?
Yeah, just another member. And this is what I'm saying, like, these people in my darkest hour, Dave Mitchell, my family, obviously, the CrossFit community, come around you and love on you in your darkest hour. And everything has to do with movement. Everything has to do with exercise. Everything has to do with sweating and breathing hard. And it could cure a lot of problems.
God, this is some racist shit. I'll try to do it justice. I turn now. Good luck, everybody else. Stephen Flores, disgusting. But I hope I did your joke.
Yeah.
Justice. And then how did you find CrossFit?
So my wife did. The guy that owned Chino CrossFit was a soccer coach in our local Eastvale Little Parks training, and he had just opened up. And he literally, my wife went, and I was doing triathlons at the time. So we would switch off kids. And one day he says, come in and do Cindy. So I did 10 rounds, and Cindy was my first workout, and hooked ever since. Never left. So
Matt, why do you think you got cancer? Do you have any idea? Any lifestyle choices?
No, bad luck. The one I had is they said it's just, there's no real reason why. It's more common in
not because there's a cell phone tower next to your house, or you got the anthrax vax, or
I wasn't the only known one that has caused something is Roundup. There was something, but I was never around like in the fields, working with.
It was just in your water supply in LA. That's it.
Probably could have been that. Could have been that. I've been I'm a tap. I drank out of the tap as a kid, so it could be that. So
just a sideways turn.
Yeah, right.
And here in 8 minutes, you're off to work.
Yeah, I got a conference call talking about tweezers. Literally a conference call talking about tweezers.
Yeah, crazy. Where if someone wants to jump on board and participate, or get their gym to participate, what website should they go to get if this whirlwind didn't educate them enough? Where should they go?
Go to Move Through Motivation, movethroughmotivation.com or .org, and learn about us. We do a monthly walk every month in our community, and this is what I tell people, even CrossFit gyms. Matt, I'm telling you this right now. This is something that we do. Is that we always talk about getting out of the gym. One Saturday every month, I bring a coffee truck. Shout out Nano Coffee is a mobile coffee truck. And I get my community to go walk 3 miles. And on that 3 mile walk, my buddy Barry, we call him Barry Hill. He's a 52-year-old gentleman. He has people in a park, leads them through 10 push-ups, 10 squats on the way and on the way back. And it's just, my mayor comes out.
Is this it right here? Move Through Motivation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's it. Yep. Go there and check it all out. That's what we do. That's who this is a community-based organization. I'm really involved with the parks, really involved with my city, really involved with everybody in our chamber talking. And that's my mom right there. Miss Arnetta, Mama Arnetta right there. That's just
right
beautiful. Yeah. We do a scholarship, a 5K in May for kids, local kids, to encourage them. So,
what were you going to say about your mayor?
He comes out, my mayor of our city. By the way, shout out Todd Rigby. He's the mayor of Eastvale. He is doing the 24-hour challenge complete. West Covina Fire Department. They are going to be setting 2 teams of 5 that will be doing it for the full 24. And then La Puente CrossFit, Evernox CrossFit, CrossFit Lifted. Who else is my home gym, CCF Athletics, CrossFit. They're coming out. So it's a labor of love, and we're a community of just building up one another. So that's him right there. If you go back, that was him. That was Todd.
The mayor?
Yeah, right. Well, I'll show you the next one right there. That's Todd Rigby right there on the left.
Crazy.
So, yeah, that's awesome, man. It's gonna be a fun day. So tune in live. You'll see some cool stuff happening, and I'm grateful for you, Sevan, what you're doing. I love your shows. I love your sense of humor. Susan, you're a rock star. Beaver behind the scenes. I mean, I got nothing but love for you guys, and you guys keep seeing Olson dudes in the comments dropping point and excitement. So let me know if you ever need any excitement.
Absolutely. Hey, dude, thanks for coming on. You're the man. Thanks for sharing your story.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good day. Take care.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye. And here's the website for that too, in case anybody does want to go and donate. There it is. And it's
nice find, Susan.
Motivation.com. So you could donate through here. You could do the 24-hour challenge or just get involved.
And how do we know this isn't a scam just to sustain Matt's heroin habit? Mr. Olson.
Blind faith. I'll throw up the it's in the comments if anybody wants it to.
This is awesome. Hey, so people are always like, hey, you should have the people in the chat on your show once a month. And I'm like, fuck that.
Oh, did this change that tune a little bit?
No. No. Hey, that was lucky. That was so lucky that went as well as it did.
Yeah, he's great.
Look at Sarah's like, have this guy back on. I don't know. You can't do the cancer thing more than, I don't know how much you can talk about cancer. See your fucking numbers dwindle. There has to be some sex in there or something, or nudity, or
just a little spice. Just add
just a little bit. Hey, dude, we have Henrik Happalainen on tonight.
Yep.
And I started watching his Sevan hating on the chat. No, not hating on the chat.
He does need a fundraiser.
A little bit. Hey, I started watching Henrik Happalainen's interview with Scott Schweitzer on Clydesdale Media. This show is going to be weird tonight. This show is going to be weird. This dude's a trip. He speaks at a totally different cadence than, I mean, English clearly isn't his first language. Where's he from? Where's Henrik from? Do we even know? Germany?
Yeah, here, let me bring up my master list here. I can tell you in a sec.
How many?
Finland.
Oh, Finland. Okay, well, I like Finnish people. Yeah,
works out at CrossFit basement.
I'm gonna watch the interview that Scott did with him, and there was another one. I'm gonna pull up the leaderboard now. Let me see the CrossFit Games. I kind of swerved out of I invited two people that I fell out of protocol. I invited Carolyn Lambre. Oh, what about Cornway, Samuel Cornway? Should I bump?
Yeah, hit him again.
Okay, that's a good idea. I'll bump that back up.
I need a little motivation.
Sammy, you think it's rude to call him Sammy? Okay. So we invited this guy. We invited Mikkel Bjorgvin, Carl Gudmundsson, David Shrunk, Morteza said, well, that'll be our first Iranian. Have I ever had a full-blown Iranian guest? I guess Khalifa might be Iranian. Yeah. Bronislaw, Henrik Happalainen, Moritz Feibig, Lazar Jukic, Arthur Semenov, I think, is coming on the show.
Yes, he is. And one quick thing about that, I have it here. You have to add his person to the thread. It won't let me for whatever reason because you started it. Yeah, I tried yesterday. And I had in the context, so just I'm glad about that just because that reminded me right now.
Okay, it's Rosa, save contact. Okay.
Yeah, and then you should just
and then
or I could create a whole new thread. I guess I should have done that. Sorry.
It's okay. And then I go to Arthur and then I click the group.
Yeah.
Add group description. No.
At the very top, just click that
group participant. Oh, the picture.
Yep.
Oh, edit.
There you go.
Oh no, I can't.
Oh, you can't either? What the hell?
How do you add someone to add participant? I scrolled down. Add participants?
Yeah, because I only have export chat, clear chat, exit group. Report.
And then add Rosa.
There you go. Perfect.
Rosa Gillis. Shit, what if I add the wrong Rosa? Why are there so many Rosas?
No, that's right. You're right.
I am? Okay. Add participant.
Yeah, it's the area code 917.
How is it a Rosa who's the translator for a fucking
I don't know, but her husband looks like a stud.
I don't see her husband. Does he have long hair?
Yeah, you gotta like click her little picture and it'll blow it up for you.
Add. Will you make sure I added the right one? Shit. Hey, do you know who's when I typed in Rosa Gillis, Eric Rosa popped up as an option. That would be weird if I added Eric Rosa. Why do I even have him as an option to add?
Oh, look, Daniel put it too.
No, where?
No. He was saying like as if you did the wrong Rosa.
Oh, jeez.
Not like he's actually.
Does she have a little muscle like this? Emoji? Okay.
No.
Anyway, no?
No, I have her. Could I show it? Is it weird if I show it? Not her phone number, but the photo.
Oh, yeah, that's the right guy. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay,
right.
I see it. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Rosa, I'll just put Rosa added.
Yeah. It should alert her. She knows. And then we'll get her squared away for after.
I invited. Did I invite Yanikoski? How do I?
Yeah. We hit everybody through the DM.
Through the DM. Okay, let me see if Yanikoski's responded. No, nothing from Koski. Jelly Hostess, Kaylin Souza. So then we pick up tomorrow. Tonight we should invite Nick Matthew, Justin Medeiros, Brent Fikowski, Noah Olson, Cole Gray Shaber, Bailey Martin, Samuel Quant, Chandler Smith, and Jake Douglas. I think Justin, Brent, Noah, and Chandler will all say no or not answer.
It's like too close, you think?
Yeah. Excuse me. Justin, I think we just did, and it's too close.
Mm-hmm.
Although he just did a podcast a couple of days ago. Brent Fikowski and I've never interviewed Brent. I don't even know if I've ever talked to Brent. But I think we have just like a little friction between us. Unnecessary friction. I love Brent.
Really? He like played along with the mayhem thing and stuff like that.
He did play along with it?
Yeah, like in the DMs of the podcast IG.
Oh, well, that's good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just feeling insecure. Noah Olson, I think that him and Chandler Smith just they view me as kind of like just something to watch from afar. You know what I mean? Like that's a cool animal, but it's like a badger.
Yeah, don't get in the cage with it. Just watch it.
Wow. This is cool.
Yeah, but as it goes further down that list, a lot of the people we have contacts with or have talked to before. So I think.
And then the women, Sahar Kai, Annie Thor's daughter. I never heard back from Annie, Emma Tall, Karen Freyova, Elisa Fuliano, Gabriella Magawa. Oh shit, there's so many that haven't responded to us.
Mm-hmm.
Sahad Boobs, Rebecca Vidison, Matilda Garns, Aya Wunger.
Rebecca's scheduled.
Manan Anganese.
She's scheduled.
Laura Horvat.
She's scheduled.
Oh, Laura.
Laura.
Oh, Laura.
We love you, Laura.
What and where did we stop for the women? We did Emma McQuaid, Victoria Campos. Did we do Bailey Rail?
We did. I think we stopped with Bailey Rail. Let me check the list here.
It's crazy. The girls just don't get back to us.
Yeah, Bailey Rail was the last one. So our next one will be Kelly Baker, who we had on recently. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll get Kelly and then start doing those 10 today.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be crazy.
Nick Matthew, I feel like would come on. He's next on the list, so he should be.
You really think I have no shot with Laura?
Guys, I need you to believe here. What's your problem?
I think Laura would date me.
Definitely.
She saw my checkbook. She saw my camera collection.
Accidentally dropped a bank receipt in front of her. I had a guy do that at the bar one time at Black.
A guy did that to you? He
wanted to me, but to like his date. Like he got in some accident at work and he got some like windfall of cash. It was like, I think it was like just over 300,000 or something like that. And he would like legit have this bank receipt in his pocket that he would go to grab stuff and it would fall out. And then people would like hand it back and like, oh, he'd buy jerseys for the girl bartenders. It's fucking crazy.
The girls don't like 50-year-old men in their DMs. Let me tell you something.
Oh, they do.
Let me tell you something. You're absolutely right. It's not just the girls. The men don't like 50-year-old guys in their DMs either. Damn, Sevi. Oh, I got some fun shit to tell you guys. Me and Susie got some fun shit to tell you.
I do have to take off in a minute or two here, though.
I visited a couple websites that I haven't been to in a long time, Susie.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna?
Did you know that if you book travel through like if you like look for flights on Google, it'll tell you the plane's emission? Like it somehow matters to me.
Yeah. I do.
Like I know what any of that means. Do we live with fucking? It's just idiot world.
What if you were like, oh, I did the number that's lower, and they're like, no, the low number's the bad number. Like,
it's all propaganda. It's just crazy propaganda.
It's just pre-programming. It's like it just needs to be prevalent in front of you. I mean, it's like the death ticker with COVID, right? Like the positivity rate number. It just needs to climb. It needs to be prevalent. It needs to be in front of you.
Or how about like you see someone in line at the grocery store every day, thousands of them, who weighs 400 pounds, and they have fucking a shopping cart full of Coke and Cheetos, but the label's on the back of all of those, but it doesn't mean anything to those people.
No.
Right?
Right.
It doesn't.
No, it's flipping over and reading that label.
Yeah. It's just pure virtue signaling, waste of time, crazy shit.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be really surprised how much people never actually flip this, like any of the package over and just investigate a little bit on what they're eating. I mean, whether they're doing it on purpose because they don't want to know or whatever, but it's weird.
Yes, Rosie. Yes,
absolutely, Jonathan. If we have time,
that is correct. And I was looking at I was at the B&H site looking at gimbals this morning. I was almost late to the show. It's really amazing. The prices really come down on them. You can get a nice gimbal for $300 or $400.
Probably like 1,000.
Hiller or no, someone, I can't remember who I was talking to. I was talking to a camera guy yesterday, and he was telling me, "Are you concerned about your gimbal overheating? If per se you were to shoot in the sun?"
Mine didn't.
When you shot in the sun? Oh, you used a gimbal last year. Where'd you use it? At the games?
Wadapalooza.
Oh, and it's hot. When the sun was out in Florida, it was hot.
Except for when that annual thunderstorm rolls through every year.
Oh.
Then it's just human. But yeah.
I filled out a medical form recently. Instead of asking me my sex, it asked me for my sex assigned at birth. I tore up the form and looked for a different doctor. Well, at least it's I don't know. I kind of like that the accuracy of the question. I mean, I guess it's redundant if you believe your sex can't be changed. I trip on the fact when they ask me, it says, do you identify with, and it's like all of these different sexual orientations. And I'm just like trying to buy like a t-shirt, a pair of shoes, or fucking get the oil changed on my car. I'm like, really? I have to tell you if I like dick in my mouth? Like, I'm at Toyota.
Well, if you're like me and your whole personality is built off your sexuality, then that's important to you.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that the people who do that, all of those surveys are biased towards people who do, who are those fringe people, right? The victocracy, the victim class, the fucking, I don't know what you want to call them. But I think that most just average run of the mill, just Joe, generic Joe sees that stuff and just walks away. Like if I see a survey and the first thing they ask me is, it's usually in the first 3 questions. What's my favorite kind of genitalia to touch? It's like, I'm like, am I at a brothel? Like where the fuck? How is that relevant? I can't say those words, but I hear you, Matt Burns. Sevi, are you planning on having another show with Chris Cooper anytime soon? Been working with Two Brain and would love to ask some questions live. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that. I was actually thinking about Chris yesterday. That's a good idea. Thank you.
For some reason, when I read that, I felt like it was like winding up for like an attack.
Oh, on Chris?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Oh.
I have nothing to. Yeah, right?
There's no profile picture.
Already a red flag. As if all these fake profile pictures aren't.
Dick butter.
We prefer you get a fake one. Except for Seema. Apparently those are real. Really hers.
Or just like when you're an affiliate owner and taking a survey HQ sends out. Yeah, it's weird that I saw some people send me those surveys that HQ sends out. It's weird. The first 3 questions on that last one were really bizarre. But all I keep thinking too is that you're going to get a bias towards, oh, they want to know your ethnicity too and your skin color and all that shit. And I just think, I wonder if when they send those out, if they realize that they're getting a bias towards racist and sexist people, right? I mean, that's what those people would be who fixate on those things. Have you ever been, there was this friend of mine, and every time I talk to him, everything ends up being a man-woman thing, right? So I'll be like, oh, me and Sousa were going somewhere, and Jill decided not to come with us. And I'll tell this girl that, and she'll be like, oh, so it's just a boys thing now. I'm like,
oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
it's like, I wonder who's going to be the vice presidential candidate for the United States this year for RFK. Well, it would be really smart if he got a woman. And like everything. Oh, I just saw the new Spider-Man. Did you know that the animator is a woman? And I'm just like, holy shit.
No.
Did you know? Have you ever been around those people? Or like you could be like, oh my God, I played tennis with my sons today. It was great. And they're like, you know, it's good if moms play tennis with their sons too. And I'll be like, okay. Yeah, my wife's better than me. Yeah, she plays with them too. She's a little fair skinned. She doesn't like to, maybe probably doesn't like to go out during the day as much as I do. Do you know that person?
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking crazy.
Yep.
It's a fucking, and so there's people like that around genitalia, around like sex, around skin color. You know what I mean? They're just obsessed. Like,
yeah, it's kind of a bummer because they're focused on that, and not like casting a focus on their future of like what they want out of life and what they want to do and who they want to become and what they want to accomplish. It's just like, because if you don't have that kind of forefront on your mind, how do you know how to kind of govern the decisions, right? We can relate it to like what a lot of the champions in the CrossFit Games say. Like Matt's always like, once I decided I'm going to be the CrossFit Games champion, every decision either brought me closer or further away from that. So I feel like if you don't really kind of have that for yourself, it doesn't be like crazy detailed or some vast thing, but like if you don't really have that, you tend to just kind of like latch on to like other things, and then that becomes the forefront of your decision making.
Give me an example. The only example I could think of is like, the thing, a thief only sees wallets and purses and misses out on the rest of life. Is it like that?
That's 100% it. Yep. Because and that's like the manifesting things, right? So if I'm looking for opportunities, like I want to grow this show, how do we become the biggest? What do we need to do? Like those things will start to present itself. But if I just focus on like Sevan just only wants the boys club on here, blah, 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 then that just becomes more prevalent, and that's my focus. And some people are choosing that for themselves, and some people are letting advertisement, the media, their other loser ass friends choose it for them.
And I like that, they're loser ass friends. And I don't mind someone saying like, hey, you should get a young person's perspective on that, or you should get someone's perspective. Yeah, man, that's the most comfortable bike seat I've ever ridden. Well, have you ever asked anyone who has a vagina? Oh no, actually, great, because you have to. I've only asked people who sit on their balls. I should ask someone who has to sit on their vagina. You know what I mean? I do understand the like
deepening and understanding though for like both people, right? Like
perfect day to go to the beach. Well, have you asked an albino? No, actually, great. You know what I mean? It's I respect different. Matt Fraser's a pop seal. Hey, that's just classic getting your wires crossed. I love comments like that, right? Just fun. Like,
yeah, that's awesome. RB knows a shitload of stuff about Livermore. The local like dive bar just caught on fire like yesterday, or not yesterday, last weekend, Friday or something like that. And he was like, R.I.P. V&E. I was like, holy shit.
I'm like that with butts. They'll be like, wow, did you see her snatch? And I just said, yeah, but did you see her butt? Dudes stare at girls' snatches.
There you
How
go.
do you even stare at a snatch?
He's referring to the lift.
Oh.
RB, you know that's a dive bar. Don't even try to say it's not. You can order Chinese food in this bar and they just bring it to you from the place next door at the bar.
Oh, that's cool.
And they only take cash.
Oh, Jake Chapman. Why does Jake Chapman have a tranny Batman as his profile pic? I've done 10 opens. I've owned 3 affiliates, featured in an HQ doc, signed thousands of people up to CrossFit. And I've said many times I'd gladly volunteer for HQ here in Europe to help. Nothing back. But I kind of like, like the other day I was like, yeah, we need help on the show, and 5 people write in the comments we've offered to help. And it's like, yeah, but we need help collecting the people who want to help and telling them what to do. Like, I mean,
it's always
just because you offered to, and I'm not hating on you, Jake, I'm just digging in a little. What do you want them to say? Like,
there's a difference between somebody showing up and saying like, hey, I'll do anything. Tell me what to do. I want to help out. And then somebody that said, hey, I just cleaned the last 2 bathrooms and I vacuumed the front room. Was there anything else you need? Oh, shit. Shit.
Not cool. Not fucking cool. Finish that story before we go to that. Someone says, what about the bathroom and that's not cool.
But,
that's the guy I harassed for not having a profile pic, and he fucked me up.
Yeah, I know. And then he went into
picked an ass picture of me.
I guess we'll take the no pic back.
Yeah, let's Zach, let's rework that a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a stay-at-home dad on Tuesdays and Thursdays with a newborn. I hate that term, stay-at-home dad. Why can't you just be a dad?
Yeah.
Triggered. Love listening to the show while the baby sleeps. Awesome.
Cool.
Jesus Christ, hey, someone said I look like a homeless woman doing muscle ups on that video I posted. And you know what's crazy? Before they wrote that, I walked by the mirror the other day after I had shaved and then I had my man bun, and I thought I looked like a tranny. I'm like, God, you look fucking androgynous as fuck. I asked my wife, I'm like, do I look androgynous? She's like, no, not at all. I'm like, all right.
You said you're gonna cut your hair.
I'm definitely cutting my hair after I saw that.
Okay, I really do have to go now, though.
Okay, bye.
All right. Have a good day. Are you staying
Thank
on?
you. Okay.
I'll listen to it in the car.
Yeah, for a minute.
Okay.
I'm going to wait minutes. Bye.
Talk to you later.
I plugged in the ball machine.
Bye, aggressive chat.
Hey, I'm going to start a group chat, group text with Carolyn Lambre, by the way, later on today. That's Adler's coach
that's
and
fine.
wife. Okay.
Yeah. And I'll try to, I don't know if I'll be home in time for the show tonight, but I will be like afterwards. So let's go through another like 10 athletes and regroup on that list.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, look at this. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead. A dad who's home on Tuesday and Thursday. Wow.
That's better, Zach. That's better.
You cracked the code, the Sevi code. You untriggered me. Bye-bye. Bye, Souza. The ripped leggings. I thought you looked fine. Thank you. Add me to the thread. I'll send nudes. Sean. I've already photoshopped you as a woman. You're not there yet, but you're getting close. Thank you. Wad Zombie. No, they're not leggings. They're just long johns. They're just like, for some reason, about 6 months ago, I started wearing long johns when I would work out, or 3 months ago. I would just start putting long johns on to stay extra hot. I always start working out completely bundled up, and then as like a reward, I take clothes off. And I started wearing long johns, probably because I spent so much time on the assault bike and I got tired of the wind blowing on my legs. Or maybe it's because I put on 10 pounds and all my clothes got tight. I don't fucking know the reason, but. And so those particular ones, they're so old that I've put my foot into them and it ripped them one time. And then it ripped them again and they just need to be thrown away. But I just happened to be in there the other day and I was like, shit. I've been on this BPC 157 for a while and 2 weeks now. It says it's supposed to take 5 weeks, but I'm a man of little patience. And so I just set up the camera and I did a muscle up. Kind of a badass one too. I was kind of surprised at how well it went. Where is that? It's probably one of those things I'm going to go back and look at in a few years and be like, what the fuck was I thinking doing it dressed like that? I don't know. I posted a picture of my feet once. I mean, after that, it doesn't get, that's about as humble as I can be. My feet are crazy fucked up. Oh, that was 6 posts ago? God, I've been posting a lot. What if Dana White ran for vice president? Are you wearing prop pants from Peter Pan? Jesus. Hunter. That's what Hunter said. Oh, look, Mike Bergener's impressed. Well, fuck you guys. He didn't even notice the pants. This one was good, right? Did you guys see this one with Samuel Conway? It's good, right? He probably didn't see that coming. Look at that. I can't believe ESPN. It's like it hosts all the most racist people, the most racist sports. It's just fucking Nazi Central, and yet they got the fucking Trump on there. I can't even believe it. And they showed him probably 10 times in the crowd. Something's happening. I love how they come out all gangster like that. Look at them. So good. Just cruising through the look at this girl. This is nice, right? Chels, rocking the CEO shirt. That's a nice CEO shirt. I think after I posted this, someone said she won the event. Oh, she killed this race, CEO in the wild. The shirt got a lot of attention. Good. Awesome. Thank you. I like pretty girls. They're cool. How about this? I have a PhD in discernment. Did you outsource your discernment for a PhD? Chance Hughes. Wadfather. Oh, I'm going to have this guy on the show soon. 80-year-old CrossFit trainer. God, I just DM'd him. I can't even believe he's 80. You ever click on someone just because of their picture? I guess so. You want to see this Instagram account? I did a podcast with this guy and it never aired. You guys know who he is? Does anyone know who this is? Anyone? Anyone know who this is? Chance Hughes? Anyone know who he is? I don't even know if I should be talking about this. Very cool dude, though. God, he's so crazy cool. He's someone you guys all know. One of the mentors of someone you guys all know very well. Okay. Just air it. Just air it out now. Just air it out now. Just air it out. Why didn't it air? Oh, so when I was doing the CrossFit, that's a great question. I was doing the CrossFit podcast, and all of a sudden I was told, it's kind of interesting. I was told by 3 of the executives there that Greg and Russ Green and 2 other guys there were talking about firing me if I kept doing the CrossFit podcast. So I just stopped. It was a savage place to work at times. I knew that my days were numbered doing the CrossFit podcast. I knew it. What was weird though, it was so weird because I would hear all of these crazy things, people talking at HQ about how fucking horrible the podcast is. Of course, it wasn't. It was absolutely murdering. But but then Greg would come on the podcast. He came on the first podcast and one of the last podcasts, but I was also told that if I kept doing the podcast, I was going to be fired. Weird. I couldn't there was a little bit of a communication glitch. I know some of you are like, well, why didn't you just ask? Well, I did. I just don't want to get into the nuances of the story. But yeah, it was working there was a little bit. It was tough guy land. I enjoyed it. There was a comment. Someone said, "Hey, will you answer something that was in the chat?" Jake Chapman said that. I don't know. Sure, I'll answer it, but I'll try to. By education level, at one point, Clock says, PhDs were the most skeptical of the vaccine, followed closely by high school grads. Oh, I remember that. Guess who are the least skeptical? Yes, master's and bachelor's degrees. I do remember that study. I do remember that. Yeah. I do remember that. That's a great, I remember seeing that. Rosie View Photography. Rosie, you still going to the games? I could speculate why they didn't want me to do the podcast. I have my interpretation and then what was a more commonly believed reason. My thought is that Greg wanted Greg obviously being extremely articulate, smart, and having a very strong vision. Didn't want me maybe dumbing down his message. That was always kind of my thing. Like maybe I wasn't doing it justice, what the way he would want something done, with the excellence that he'd want something done. And then the other popular opinion was tall poppy syndrome. That the podcast was getting way too much attention, and there was a group around Greg that just fucking hated me for it. Of course, I was very close with Greg at the time. I was always been very close with Greg. Always, very, very close. So it was weird. It was weird. It's weird. I submitted under Sevan Podcast. It would never get approved. What? Oh, submitted what? You submitted what under Sevan's podcast? Oh, this is going to be interesting. Oh, Rambler, hi. Hey, what's up, dude? Rosie View Photography says, I'm waiting for a response from HQ. I think Souza is waiting for a response from HQ also. And then, Jamie Latimer says, I think we're still waiting for our credentials approval. Okay, I think she's probably going there as media too. Jonathan Ortega says, same, Rosie. Philip Kelly, can I stay with you in Madison? I'll be the big spoon. Enticing, thank you. I'm going to try to have my own room in Madison. No, I don't know. I don't think, I haven't heard of anyone who has their shit yet. I haven't heard of anyone. I called Dave yesterday. He answered to tell me he couldn't talk because I was curious. So I'll let you guys know. I submitted under the Sevan Podcast. Oh shit, really? Can you do that? Don't they vet that? Shouldn't they contact me and be like, hey, someone applied under your name? I want to say Wad Zombie did that at the semifinals or something. Oh, you spoke to Souza first? Okay. All right. I'm going to, it's 8:30, 8:29 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here in California on the west coast of the United States of America. I'm 320 miles north of Los Angeles and about 70 miles south, 70 to 90 miles south of San Francisco. The beach is as the crow flies to, I don't know, 2 miles that way. It's extremely foggy today. It will clear up. You know what I have today? I wasn't actually going to tell you guys this. I have a meeting at 9:15 a.m. You remember that guy I had on, Sean Pastuch? Sean Pastuch of the Pastuch Health and Fitness Collective. Pastuch. It's called, the fuck is the name of his company? Relax and Exercise, or Active Relaxing? Active. I'm going to find it for you. Hold on. There's a lady who, Active Life. And there's a lady there named Melissa, and I have an appointment to talk with her at 9:15. Oh, Active Life RX. Active Life, yeah. Dr. Sean is amazing. Yeah, so I'm going to speak to someone over there today about my elbow and my back. But what's crazy is not my elbow. Maybe that's why you guys think it's because my elbow, because I keep saying that. My bicep, I'm going to speak to her today about my bicep and my back. He's like, how long have you been living with your back like that? I said, forever, since I've been 30. He said, I can help you. So, but it's actually the best it's felt in fucking 20 years, which is crazy. The burpee dude, what about your pussy in your crack? I think that's like you're making fun of me because I have injuries. So the peptides aren't helping. No, I think that's what I mean. I've been doing the peptides for 2 weeks, and I can't remember my back. I'm not even doing the peptides in my back. I'm doing them only in my bicep. And this morning I woke up and it was the best I've felt in fucking 20 or 30 years. I'm pretty excited to wake up every morning. Like when I wake up, I'm the only time I hate going to bed, and I fucking love waking up. But when I do wake up some mornings, I'm really stiff. Like so stiff like a board. When I pee, I have to put my hand on the wall so I lean over. But like this morning I woke up and I'm like a young kid again. And so I'm thinking maybe the peptides are helping. But now I'm going to Active Life. I signed up for this Active Life thing. So like I was supposed to go there broken, and she's supposed to help me. And now I'm kind of the best I've ever felt in 20 years. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I had an MRI on my back. The 5 bottom discs were black, and they're supposed to be white, like the one that's like from the coccyx up 5. Eaton Beaver, come on, Sevi. It's not a fog. It's a marine layer. You're a Cali boy. Get the terms right. Okay, marine layer. Oh, wow. This is crazy. Melissa's amazing. She's helping Con Porter with his back issue. Okay. Maybe I'll just tell her I want to lose 10 pounds so I fit into my clothes better before I go on my next adventure. I'd like to be a little bit lighter. Oh, my husband and I bought BPC 157. It should be here this week. Yeah. So I'm excited for you. Everyone needs to buy reconstitution water as well, along with their peptides. Yeah, where do you get that? Where do you buy that? I need a dick in me, 10 pounds before the games. 10 pounds would be great to lose before the games. I love it when my clothes fit me. I haven't worn. Since I put on all this weight, I stopped wearing shorts because all the shorts I have are just got a little too tight. They're just uncomfortable. Great to lose 10 pounds before the games. Oh, I've been injecting my husband with BPC for a month now. It's annoying. God, I would not trust my wife to do that. That sucks to say that out loud. My wife's great at everything. I would not trust her to do that. I would not trust her to do that. It's just because with those types of things, I think she's timid. She would be timid. And I think you have to have like a fake kind of confidence when you start doing that. Right. So you just got to be like, the first time I did it, I'm just like, it's a real fake it till you make it thing. You wipe down the bottle, the California peptides bottle with the alcohol, then you rub your arm, and you get the needle and you push some air into the where the BPC is. And I pull the needle out. I plunge the needle a couple times, then I stick it in there and I pull it. I watch it fill up to like 15. I feel around in my arm a little bit and then try to hit that fucking wire that's in there. And then plunge it in. And the first, I would say 8 times I did it, it's just like fake. It feels like I'm just like faking confidence. Now I could fucking shoot anyone up. And I just think my wife would be like timid and shit, like put the needle in too slow or just something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm like a professional now. My BPC, Mr. Mustache writes, my BPC 157 didn't come with the reconstitution solution. Lewis and Walgreens won't sell it to me. Amazon with the win, but sad I have to wait 2 more days staring at the bottle. Oh. And where do you get your needles at too? You get those at, where do you get those at? Don't forget to fish around while the needle's in your bicep. Mr. Beaver, no fishing around. Oh, got those. You get the needles at Walgreens. Okay. Amazon sells the needles too. No shit. This has turned into a fentanyl show. Amazon. What do I type in? Insulin needles? Insulin needles? No shit. You could buy a 100-pack for fucking $20. Wow. And what do I type in? Reconstituted water? You think they have that? No. Oh shit, reconstitution water. Unreal. Okay. Good to go. I told you guys I saw a homeless guy, drug addict dude at the skate park washing his needles out in the sink. I've still fallen into my emails. Okay. Jake Chapman, I just bought a butt plug and a coffee machine so far. Oh, squat plug. What's a squat plug? I'll see you guys this afternoon, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's an hour earlier than we normally go. So all right. Love you guys. Good show. Matt Olson, thanks for coming on. Bye-bye.